Meet Vidur. He started his career as a writer. At the same time, he was making videos on YouTube as a podcaster. But then AI came and everything changed. Most people would give up, but Vidur chose a different path. He walked away from writing and disappeared for months and came back with a skill no one expected. He built an app on his own, something that not only launched his career but also turned him into IndieHacker. And most important, which you should know, that he got his first paid customer just in 2 hours after launching. And trust me, his journey will inspire you to start your own and be the indie hacker. And in this video, we will see the exact tech stack and marketing he used to make it happen. So stay tuned and watch till the end. Don't forget to subscribe us and share it with your friends. So let's start. Hi Vidu, how are you? Welcome to our YouTube channel.
I am doing well, Bipin. Thanks for having me. Journey share करें. Currently, I am an indie developer and a writer. तो जो मेरा main job है वो है as a writer and editor. And on the side, I build apps and website.
So let's talk about your product, which you just developed, and I got to know like that you are making already money from that. So we would love to know like how you started and how you got the idea, and then is there any tool to validate idea? Like there was a lot of people like they already have a product in mind, but they don't know how to validate the idea.
So my product is called Load Fast. So basically, it is a text expander Chrome extension. So how I built it, let's start with that. Or no, let's talk about how I validated the idea, because there is a lot of chatter about how to first validate your idea even before you create a project in VS Code or start coding. I have heard a lot about that on X, on YouTube, on Reddit. But the truth is, I've not found a single person who I know personally or whose journey I've been following who has first validated the idea and then built it. Actually, it happens, but it happens with people who are already very popular and have a big audience. Let's talk about the starter story. Okay, so if he goes on to X and puts out an idea that I want to build something, there will be hundreds if not thousands of people who will tell him if that is a good idea or not. So basically, even if he gives in a link for his newsletter and asks people to sign up, people will go and sign up. So basically, he'll have validated the product before he built it. But for people like you and me who do not have a sizable following or someone who's just getting started, there is no way of validating an idea. First of all, how I built it. So in my job, I have to write certain things over and over again every day. So that is like very repetitive. So there are several other Chrome extensions on the market that are really good. Even name a few because I really like them. One of them is Text Blaze. The other is Text Expander. I love the product, to be honest. Like both of them, they were really cool. As someone who uses them every day and knew like this is a really good product, but the limitation with it was it is a subscription product. Okay, and as someone who knows how to code and knows how things are built, I knew these products could be built for a one-time fee. But to be honest, their UI and UX looked like something that was 10 or 15 years ago. It was outdated. When I install a Chrome extension, I want to do everything in the Chrome extension, right? So these extensions did everything in the web app. So you could open their extension and see what you've already chosen. But if you wanted to add, edit, or delete something, you had to go to their web app. This felt redundant. Plus, on top of that, they had a monthly subscription fee, which I felt was too much. Not even too much, but I did not, because I knew what these guys were doing behind the scenes. I knew like I could do it for a one-time subscription. So this is how I knew that my product is validated. I could do two things better than the competition that was already on the market.
So you are saying you are a content writer, but you are not into the tech in the sense of coding.
No, I am into coding. Once AI came in, I knew like things were going to change for writers especially, and they did, like in a very big way. So I started to diversify. Because I was into tech from the very beginning, like years earlier. So I knew I was already like following a lot of people on X. Back then it was called Twitter, and I was like constantly reading their stuff. But as a professional, I did not have the time to invest into learning new skills because my day job did not allow that. So once AI came in, like that was a revolution. So I could now do a lot of things with the help of AI. Because I had built my own websites back in 2018, 2017, but they were very basic JavaScript and CSS websites. Like these websites were basically landing pages. I knew how to build landing pages, but I did not know how to integrate APIs or like how to get websites to do certain stuff. So after I took that course from Maklu, it like really opened my eyes, and that is when I got the confidence that I could actually build load fast. To list my entire stack, I will tell you everything like step by step. I have everything written out. So the language is TypeScript. I use React, Tailwind CSS, Daisy UI, Next.js for the front end and for the back end, and MongoDB and Vercel for deployment. Then I use Auth.js for authentications and Resend for like sending authentication emails. Actually, it costs nothing until like you have a certain number of subscribers, right? So basically, that is true for everything. Even for Vercel, that is true. So my tech stack, basically, there is the only thing that you have to invest in is your domain name. So even MongoDB is free until you make a certain number of API calls.
Anil, my next question is how much money you spent to build the app and how much time you took to build the app?
In the development fees, cost that I bore was of Cursor AI after I moved from VS Code to Cursor, which was $20 a month. This was the biggest expense. The second was the domain name, and that is pretty much it. 1500 actual, yeah, it could have been lower, but I was stupid and I did not optimize it. So it could have been way lower.
In the terms of optimization, like saying you can optimize the like how?
Yeah, I'll tell you how. So, and I think everyone should do this. This is a hack. So, what I'm trying to say is don't worry about the domain name. Just go to Namecheap. Do not use GoDaddy. GoDaddy turns out to be expensive. Go to Namecheap. Find cheapest domain name that you can find. Do not worry about .com, .in, .co.in, .co.us. Just get whatever the cheapest thing you can get. Also, be smart about the lifetime fee of that domain. So these websites will give you a fee. So they have a different fee for the first year and a different fee for the second year onwards. Always go for the domain that has less fees from the second year onwards, and that is what I meant when I said I could have optimized it. Because loadfast. My website right now is loadfast.store. So this was like again 1500 rupees, Indian rupees per year, but from the second year onwards, it goes to like 5500 rupees, and I did not realize that at that point of time. So I could have chosen something that was way cheaper than this. So because I was learning building this tools, it took me 4 months. Yeah, I started in November and I completed this in March.
And it's include the idea coming into your mind, validating, and then start building.
Idea I had from a very long time. I like to think of myself as a very creative person, and I always felt like I had these ideas in my mind, but because I was not technically skilled, I could not build them. So I already had a lot of ideas. Idea was not a problem. Second was validation. As I told you, I did not validate it. Because I was okay with this project failing.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to do something. It turned out to be one of the most difficult projects that I could have chosen. But yeah, I ended up building it in 4 months. And 4 months, when I say 4 months, it was not dedicated development 4 months, because I was also at a full-time job. So I was just doing anything, like everything I could do, like the most I could do basically.
Like, what is the functionality you have to monetize your apps? I know you have a pricing kind of things, and you giving the annual based pricing.
Mark, you always talks about earning your first dollar online. So my idea was that I wanted to make my first dollar as soon as possible. And because I knew what the competitors were charging, which was like a lot in my opinion for the product. So TextBase basically charges $3.99 a month for unlimited snippets per person. Like this is not a lot of money, but again, this is something that does not require a subscription. And apps like Phrase Express, it charges you $99. Then there are more expensive versions. So I knew that I could do this for much cheaper. there are always two options, right? When you are trying to monetize your product online, it is either a subscription platform, a subscription option, and the other is a lifetime option. I think people have a subscription fatigue these days. Like, we are subscribed to so many freaking things, like starting from Netflix, Amazon Prime. Like, we have so many subscriptions. Like, even personally, I don't want to add another subscription to my credit card. So I knew like setting a subscription would be hard. So the decision to make this a lifetime series product was simple. When it comes to the price, I knew like $10 is not a lot of money for people in the US, and the people in the US are basically my main target. I am not targeting anyone else. So yeah, people in the US, $10 is not a lot of money. They don't have to think twice about it. Basically, even if they're thinking twice about it, like it's time spent elsewhere better. So I knew that $10 is okay. Now, when it comes to monetization, how did I monetize? I'm using an app called Payments. So I started with Lemon Squeezy because that is also very popular, but I found it like it was a hassle dealing with them. So just about right about that time, I learned about Payments, and they're like cool guys working on their project, and the product is really cool. So I signed up with Payments, and everything was set up quickly. Apart from that, how did I monetize? Now, everyone likes a discount, all right? So even if $10 is not a lot of money, I knew paying like list price is always finicky. There is a product with MRP of 100 rupees, you don't want to pay 100 rupees for it. You want some sort of a discount to make it look appealing. So once I launched, the first thing I did was I listed my product on Product Hunt and gave people a 50% discount. Again, my main motto was to earn my first dollar on. So I just listed my product, and within like 2-3 hours, I got my first customer. They used that coupon code, 50% off. So within 2-3 hours, I got my first. So that is how I validated my product that people wanted. By the end of 2 days, I had like 25 customers. So my product was validated.
And what are you doing for the marketing?
Marketing is something that I'm still figuring out. So I actually did not think about marketing a lot when I was building it, and that was one of my biggest. So I'll tell you there are two types of apps. Okay, so the first one is B2B apps, and the other is more popular B2C apps. Like B2C apps are the ones that you see on your phone, like Zomato, or if you talk about something more fun like Cal AI, all the apps that are particularly right now on your phone. So these are B2C apps. It turned out that my app was basically a B2B app. And I realized this after I started talking to people on Reddit. So once I posted about this on Reddit and how I was having trouble marketing it and finding new customers after, there is an initial spike after you post on product hunt, but then it plateaus. So I was now going through that plateau, and I started talking to people because that was marketing. So I also made an Instagram page. I started posting about the extension on Instagram, but the engagement was like really poor. It was there that people made some points that made me realize that this was more of a B2B app wherein companies wanted this. So let's say you are an American Express, okay? So American Express wants it for their chat agents. So these people type the same thing over and over again daily. So someone will say hi. So these guys like have a template. They'll always have, hey, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. So basically, they are using text expanders for that. It was then that I realized like I made a B2B app, and marketing a B2B app is very different from marketing a B2C app. So I could not use Instagram. I could use Instagram, but I had to pay for ads, and which I did not want to do. And then TikTok does not work in India. I tried several ways. I burned 5 accounts. Does not work with VPNs either. So now what I'm only doing is I'm doing SEO for my website 3 weeks back. So like I don't have enough data right now because my website pages are still getting indexed. I had 6 pages on my website, total of 6 pages. One was the dashboard, landing page, contact page, pricing page, all of these like 6 pages. Now I have 1,900 pages, 1,490 pages on my website. So I'm still waiting for them to get indexed and for the crawlers to do their magic and start ranking my website.
Thanks Vidur, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I hope कि आपकी app will grow and you will also grow.
Thank you. Same to you, man. Best of luck.